Because we also have a culture right now where you do not criticize certain people and you do not criticize certain institutions. And there are things that go on there that should not. So, and we have lots of things in our families that cannot be spoken. We've got ancestral rape. Okay, that's a fact. It's not in most families, but it does occur. And so what do? We just turn a blind eye to that? Because a lot of our cultures are that way. That, no, this doesn't happen to us. It does happen to us. So again, when we create a culture, we've got to also be aware of things like that. We don't want abuse in our culture. We don't want the abuse of boys or girls or wives or husbands, or in-laws or anything like that. And we do have to create a culture of marriage in which marriage is beautiful and marriage is functional. In the United States and in Canada and in Great Britain and in much of the Muslim world, you have such a problem with dysfunctional marriage. I've heard cases after cases after cases. And of abuse of men and women, not just of men. And that is really destructive. So again, when we talk about culture, it's not like, everything in culture goes. Absolutely not. And it's not like everything we do is good too. We've got racism in our culture. You try, an Indian marries a Pakistani. One of them's going to get kicked out of the community. I know a sister, that's a Bangladeshi doctor and a Pakistani brother in England wanted to marry her. She's in England too. I mean, his family made it clear to him that if he married this Bangladeshi, he's out of the family. And she's a good Muslim and a beautiful woman. And she would have been such a wonderful thing for him. And he loved her. But his mother made it clear that you will never talk to me again. What is this? Paganism. Really? Backwardness. You're an Afghan, you will marry an Afghan. You're a Pashto, you will marry a Pashto. These things, really, we don't have room for that. We don't have room for that. So also there are serious issues here that, in the culture of our community, we must facilitate sound marriage. Counseling too. Because we live in a culture, of pornography. We live in a culture of a film industry who's going to teach you how to love and how to relate to a woman, and that's not the way it works. Okay? So, we need counseling. Monoculture, again, people don't even know how to love each other. People don't even know, and in this society, for all of its sexual promiscuity, nobody wants a serious relationship. All the relationships usually are casual, and that's nothing at all, and really, so again, we have a lot of serious things to do. And inshallah, may Allah make this beautiful, may Allah make this dynamic, may Allah bless all the marriages here, may Allah make the marriages here exemplary marriages. But, and again, ad-darar yuzal. Another maxim of the law that everybody agreed on, one of the 5 maxims, harm will be removed. The woman is being beaten in her house, that will be changed. You don't tell her sister, go back and be beaten again. And that's what some of the imams tell people. They will. They actually tell her, that's you'll be close to Allah, you go back and let that husband beat you again and again. Never. Never. She has a right, to be protected. The community, and that's why in the Maliki law, when they talk about that, they also point out that, like, in certain countries like the Sudan, you touch your wife and you'll be lucky to live another week. Because her family will come down on you. You don't touch women. You don't beat women. And we have a culture with, some of the Guyanese, Allah bless them, they knock their wives out. And this is not funny. When you abuse your wife, you abuse your children. And sometimes wives abuse husbands as well. It goes both ways. The husband needs affection. The wife needs to be loved. This has got to be there. You know, we have to facilitate that, and we need counseling, really. We don't, you know, human beings are clueless. You know, we are cultural animals, and especially with the monoculture, no one knows, very few people know how to be married, how to be intimate, how to live with the other gender. You saw it in the movies, it doesn't work like that. And if, God forbid, you saw it in pornography, and pornography leads to the totalitarian state. You read Chris Hedges about that. And pornography leads, you know, to impotence. It leads to impotence for a lot of reasons. For a lot of reasons. You know, so like, if this is what we're taking in, how are you going to ever have a normal relationship? You know, so again, we've got a lot of work to do. And inshallah, may Allah give us the ability to do that. And if we can make marriages work in this society, and may all of your marriages be beautiful, and I know a lot of them are, you know, but then you get to get a healthy society. You know, you look at children in this society, you know, who have grown up here and who have a compass, a moral compass about Islam. And there are exceptions to that. But I think that you will find, that's my finding, that usually that means the mother and the father have a very positive relationship. And it doesn't just mean that they don't argue in front of the children. It means that they actually respect each other. And hopefully they love each other. And then the children come out really good. The children come out strong. Just as we said before, you want the children to be strong? If we love each other and we are in harmony with each other in this community, you know, then our children will be proud to be what we are. Even though we're a small minority. Even though we're a small minority. And marriage is really important like that. You abuse your wife, you have abused your children. My mother and my father are two streams that come together in my heart.